He was always there for us. He taught us spiritually by his example how to live a good life and a life that honors Christ. In every way, I have been shaped by my father for the good.
Like I said, my dad was really involved in missions and things like that, and he was very involved in the church. We grew up in the church, and just the way he lives, not just lived his life while I was growing with him, but the way he continues to live his life now, even after we've all gone.
He helped me go to Christ and not be in my sin as much as I was when I was a non-believer. And he helped me by having me be healthy and in shape. And he also keeps me in check with Christ.
My mother left when I was just a few months old, leaving my dad, who was not very involved at all either, to raise 4 young kids, which meant we spent several years living with my grandparents. And during that time, my grandfather taught me a lot. Never owned a car in his life, lived to be 92, but would spend hours every day just walking throughout town and inviting people to church and sharing the gospel. When I was 16, my grandfather led me to Christ in the bedroom of his home in Jacksonville. He passed in February 2013, but his name lives on with my oldest son, Peyton Cyrus being after my grandfather.
So Peyton, what does your dad mean to you?
A lot.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because he's my dad.
And what are some things you love about your dad?
That he really likes football, that he's a Christian, and a lot of other stuff.
And watched him, and so consequently, I have a heart for the underprivileged. I have a heart for people who have no hope. I have a heart for people who can't defend themselves or have nowhere to go, and I think that came from my father.
My dad gave the example of always serving. He served in the church in numerous ways. So growing up, I saw that when you went to church, you served, and so in correlation, I've kind of carried on that tradition, and that's the only thing I've known is that when you're at church, you become a servant and you serve that church.
But I always think of the scripture when I think of my dad. Proverbs 17:22 says, "A merry heart doeth good like a medicine." And as I think of him as my example, I think that I want to always have that joy of the Lord in my heart, have that kindness to treat others fairly as my father did, and to remember that he made me laugh. We should all remember God has a sense of humor too, so we need to make the world brighter.
1, 2, 3.
Happy Father's Day!
Awesome.
Okay.
Y'all look at the camera. Ready? 1, 2, 3.